Alright, so update on the Subaru, ticking, slapping, and all of that. I showed you guys video of pistons and the rod, crankshaft, whatnot. So I inspected it, cleaned most of it. As you guys can see, all the silicone and all that stuff is done. And I like to keep my stuff covered, so I don't want any dust and stuff. I cleaned most of this. As you guys can see, I have my I don't have a big sliding door yet, so I got to keep everything covered. So clean the silicone on that, silicone here, there's part of the heads. Like I said, I just like to keep it covered from dust and all that. So I cleaned all of that. So I still got to clean the heads, and then I got to clean the valve covers still, and a couple of things here that I got to clean up. But aside from that, just to kind of share where the problem was. So I had the piston soaked overnight to have them cleaned, and I wanted to see them if I can show you a couple of things. So here is this is where the rings were for the pistons, and this is the lack of maintenance, and I'm not changing oil. And then eventually what happens, so all of this came out of these ring areas here. This is where these tiny rings are that's supposed to be moving around, and you see these little holes. That's the oil ring. And the oil ring was completely seized up, as you can see why that was. You see that? You see that? So you wonder, say, hey man, what's the problem? What'd you find? So what I found is, as you guys can probably know, and everybody told you, that this is normal. What's not normal is this thing going back and forth. So if I see, that's the problem. That's why it's slapping. So as you can see on the sides, may not be part of the indication, but that's where the issue is. As you can see, it's too much. So if it sounds familiar, but I'm going to take the rings out of the rest of them, clean them up, and then soak them one more time to make sure those oil holes and things are all sealed up. I ordered the rod bearings for the upper side here, and so I'm going to replace those. And that should solve our problem. I checked all the bearings. Everything looks pretty good. There's no indication of unusual wear or damages to any of them, or cracks. There isn't anything like that. It's still got the factory lines in there. And that's all the bearings. So I was kind of nervous because I didn't know where the issue was. I really wanted to find out, to see where the problem was. And it wasn't a matter of just not changing the engine. I wouldn't have any problem doing that. It was easier. But I just wanted to know what it was, because I hear from so many people, nobody have a video out there saying they found the problem. Some people show chips of the piston. Some people show, like, some people say it's the lifters. These lifters are not flexible. They don't collapse. So, like, what is it? Where's the ticking come from if it's not that? And I'll be honest with you, I changed the lifters as well on this car, on both sides, but the lower side. So as you can see, the lifters were brand new. I already opened this engine once before, and then these are the old ones. They're not collapsible. These lifters are not collapsible, so they're not it. So then you're starting to wonder, like, hey, where the heck is the problem coming from? Like, where is the ticket coming from? The reason nobody wants to do it, because this is the very last thing that you have to pull out of the engine, basically. And so I'm going to change that, and then go from there. Hopefully it helps someone.